full panel test
Full
for
panel
everything.
testing. If your test results are adequate, you know, through what you've already said you've done, you know, and if you can ensure that once that product gets to the manufacturer, if it's still holding up, as far as I'm concerned, that test is fine. We're not requiring you to send us any test results. We're just requiring you to have them available on our request. So we could go to the manufacturer and ask, let's see your test results and, you know, for this lot or this product and what have you. But we're not gonna ask you to send those into us, and we're not gonna verify them except through an inspection.
Okay, I'm just, because you actually have a table broken down on the ruling, on the draft, that's,
Right.
I mean, up to, you know, 4 times for sampling for hemp flower. So is that gonna go away then, once the final comes out?
You're talking about the table that lays out.
Table
all-
1, process lot sampling,
Mhm.
so it tells you process lot weight, and then number of samples, based on total pounds, all the way up to 10 pounds. You have to send in 15 samples if you have 10 plus pounds.
Okay, what table are you on?
Table 1, I had it screenshotted, I don't have it with me.
Is that laying out the analytes and acceptable limits?
That was, it states in there for the full panel testing on the flower, basically. I can't recall exact page, but there was a table.
I'm not seeing that requirement. So we just lay out a table, and the way we're approaching this is that table is telling the manufacturers what we're gonna be testing for when we test your product, right? Now, it's not necessarily saying you have to do all these tests, right? But when we sample your product, these are the limits and these are the things that we're gonna be testing.
So these are what you're gonna be testing on our end product in our stores, retail stores. Okay,
That makes sense?
yes.
You might be looking at an older version of something, I don't know, but it doesn't, we don't
That's
have
what I was
any-
gonna pull it up, but it's possible too.
We're discussing, some weight requirements, some sample weight requirements, things like that, but we got away from that.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's an older,
Well, and I couldn't find an updated one either, Drop on the site, on your site.
you got that off our website?
Yeah, but I couldn't find it, like, I found that like weeks ago, and then now it's not on there. But it's chapter 300, I mean, it's the exact, it's y'all's ruling, it was 23 pages long, I think. And I wanna say that was like on page 15,
Yeah.
yeah? So that's just for your testing for when you come into a retail store, and if I had a pound of flour sitting on my shelf, you're gonna want samples and take it, okay. Makes sense, good.
So, any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
So I had 2, actually. The first would be, what is the agency's reasoning behind requiring consumable hemp manufacturers to test for harmful pathogenic microorganisms when we don't require a lot of our food processors to do that? And then second would be the question I was asking TDA is for the processors, a lot of times they don't know where the final extracted material is destined. So how do they determine if they're gonna need that SHS license?
So HB 1325 required, the microorganism testing, had to be free of microorganisms. I don't know if it's, it may, refer to pathogens, heavy metals, yeah. That was in the law. I'm almost certain.
But how did you determine that, the list of harmful pathogenic microorganisms? I mean, it's Listeria, E. coli, Campylobacteria, does have a big range in there.
We determined that by our standards for like our food manufacturers. And those are, you know, I wish I had my food expert here with me today. He actually he had a motorcycle accident, so he's kind of laying on bed. But anyway, he's fine. Just can't walk very well right now. We're using those food manufacturing standards for the pathogens, heavy metals, and such.
And then on the.
Because it has to comport with 431. So, you know, so we can't steer too far away from chapter 431, which is our food and drug code.
And then on the processor question, most processors oftentimes don't know where the final extracted materials are going, and and your draft rules say that if they're going to be included in consumable hemp, they've gotta get a license from you guys. How's the processor going to determine that if, a lot of times, they literally have no clue where that extracted material is destined?
So are you talking more like an agricultural processor, like you're taking raw product and you're,
Yes, yes. Your rules say that the processor has to have a consumable hemp manufacturing license if their processed material is gonna be included in a consumable hemp product. And so my processors are freaking out, saying, oftentimes in an agreement, we don't know what in the world the end user is doing with the extracted material.
okay. In our mind, we were thinking of food processors. Not so much raw commodity processors.
Okay.
So I'm laying that out like a cotton gin, right? It's doing some sort of crude refinement of the product, right?
Yeah.
Before more processing is gonna occur. So we're looking at that from a food manufacturing and food processing standpoint.
Would y'all be willing to readdress that in your draft rules to clarify that you're not actually talking about the raw manufacturing processors there? Because everybody thinks you are.
Yeah, let me take that back. Let me look at that.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Is it you wanting to ask, or someone else later on that is gonna talk about the labeling for retailers? Is that gonna just be following the federal laws, or is there specific labeling for its product made in Texas?
So we have some labeling requirements
Okay.
laid out in our rules.
Okay.
And one thing that's also required, if you remember from the statute, is a QR code. It has to be
Right.
linked back to the certificate of analysis.
Right, from the third-party testers, right?
Right.
Is that in any?
That's
in the rule. It's in the rule.
Okay, okay, great, thank you.
So, I'm sorry, I know I'm hitting you with several, but my client's expecting some answers and clarity here. So for existing manufacturers who have been in Texas and have been here prior to the passage of HB 1325, is SHS gonna penalize existing manufacturers? Because, you know, I'm sure SHS is aware, we have hundreds in the state of Texas that were operating lawfully under interstate commerce principles.
And penalizing for.
In their application process, because your website has a fact question up right now that says you can't begin manufacturing, but we have existing manufacturers already in this state, so my clients are concerned that when they then go to apply for the consumable hemp manufacturer's license, you're gonna penalize them because they were already producing prior to these rules even coming out.
Already producing consumable hemp product.
Yes,
So how would we know that by way of the application?
I have no clue, that's what I'm asking you, are you gonna send, investigators out or require them to disclose that?
I don't anticipate sending investigators out. We're not gonna send investigators out prior to licensing. Quite frankly, we don't have the resources to do that. Number one, I think we couldn't do it if we wanted to. And we don't do that with many of our other programs. We issue a license, pass criminal background checks, so on and so forth, make money, and then the enforcement comes back to the inspection, on the inspection side. Does that answer your question?
Sounds like you're telling me no, you're not gonna penalize them, so I'm gonna quote you on that.
Yes.
Okay, so this is more on the industrial side of the process. So there is still a concern with not really understanding how the licenses are being given out to the industrial side processors to get the contracts in place. We asked a question earlier. What is one thing with it coming out in the future, one thing that we can streamline beforehand as we get all the manufacturing process in place for the first cycle, so we can actually get things moving along. I mean, I know that we can't apply for the license right now, for processing.
Can you speak up?
I don't know if I can repeat all that, but, on the industrial side of manufacturing process, is how to streamline our end to have contracts in place, to be able to pretty much turnkey start whenever the licensing process is available and the applications are live. Given tips or advice on that.
Okay, so I wanna make a distinction between consumable and industrial. Industrial, not our game, okay? That's, I don't even know who regulates that past, the point harvest, right? If you're making, textiles or, you know, any other kind of products like that that are not gonna be consumed, that's not my recommendation. Sounds like you're asking, when we're gonna have licenses processed,
It's more just making sure that we're in line with everything on a legal standpoint to be able to turn key go and this all kind of stuff.
So we're adopting rules in mid-July. And we're gonna start probably taking applications once that comment period is ended, you know, we'll probably make those available.
So applications in terms of.
Manufacturing applications for
Okay.
the license.
Okay, and you would say industrial under that manufacturing side, or is that just?
Not industrial, only consumable.
Okay, so I'm.
So if you're making rope or you're making whatever fiber material, I don't care. I mean, make the leg, right? It's not until you're making something that is gonna be consumed. In the form of food or kind of ingestible, topical stuff. Any questions? Lori, you back?
I do, but I will not be that person.
We have, on our website, we have